Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrappin' 2. Today I'm here with Faber Castell Design Memory Craft and I'll be making this mixed media board. These boards come in a pack of 6 like this. Faber Castell Design Memory Craft sells them like this and you get 6 of them inside. These are very thick boards that you can use both sides, and it's already pre-primed, and it's you can use your water medias. It's designed to withstand moisture and all kinds of good things, and you can create like your own album. So I wanted to go ahead and use this today. Initially, I was gonna have it like this, where the rings were at the top and I was gonna poke holes at the bottom, but later on I changed my mind. I have this heart here. It's just Sizzix, one of Sizzix heart framelets, and I'm gonna use that as a guide. Here I have ultra heavy cardstock. This is Nina Solar White. And I'm going to go ahead and use this wood plank background stamp to stamp out some wood boards. So initially I was going to use this neutral pack of Mix and Match Stampers Big Brush pens, but it was a little bit more yellow than I wanted. So I went ahead and just grabbed any of these lighter tone of the archival ink, because this is waterproof, and so is the Stampers Big Brush pens, which is fantastic because it's waterproof, it's archival, and it's permanent once it's dried. So I'll definitely be using that later on. So I want to go ahead and stamp both sides here. So there you go, and I cut it up into strips because I want to go ahead and lay it like this. I'm gonna go ahead and poke the hole, mark the area where I'm gonna poke the hole, and I'm going to just randomly layer these wood planks onto my board. Using the Faber Castell Design Memory Crafts gel medium. I'm going to use this Walnut Brown 177, and I'm going to go around the entire edges of these wood plank design, even in the circles, and I'm going all around the edges so that none of the white cardstock show. Like I mentioned, you can use these to stamp. They have a large brush, which makes it easier to ink up your stamps. And these are archival, permanent, and these have India inks in them. And so once they're dry, they're permanent. So that's what I love. Before I add the wood plank, I'm going to use some gelatos. I'm using iced rose. This is aqua dolce. And this is iced chai. I want a soft background because most of this isn't going to show, but some areas will show up because I'm going to be leaving a little bit of a gap in between the wood strips there. So I'm just randomly adding some color. I think this is my favorite combination. I seem to be using these colors a lot. It's very soft, neutral, and it looks shabby chic. It's pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it, but I'm not too worried that they're not completely blended. So I'm blending it, as you can see, up and down, side to side, and this is how it looks. And some of them are metallic gelato, so you can see that shine and shimmer. I'll list all the names and the colors in the description below. I've also added a little bit of the gold champagne. And now I'm going to adhere these wood pieces with the gel medium. So now I have this printout. It's kind of like a collage of a music note. This was a free download that I found. I've been wanting to get some music papers, but I had no luck. So I went ahead and put gel medium on top of the board as well. Here you can see that shine, and I'm putting it on top of the wood strips, but I want to keep the space in between the strips clear so that I can add some color later. And the Stamper's Big Brush, of course, will not reactivate once it's dried, so makes it easy to layer on top. And this is going to create a non-porous surface for us to work on, so we can add additional colors to the wood strips. I went ahead and cut out the heart and I glued it to this chipboard, and I put some matte medium on top. Here I wanted to add some color and then I changed my mind, and because we put matte medium on top and it was dried, I could easily wipe it off because I wanted to add additional texture. So I went ahead and added some plain tissue paper that will create a little bit more texture to the heart. Here I'm coloring the wood strips so that it'll look more realistic. And what I'm doing is I'm just putting some color, and then I'm kind of smudging it with my finger. Because we put matte medium on top of this board, we created a non-porous surface, so you have that little bit of time to move the ink around before it dries completely. So this is going to give us more of a realistic look of wood. So you can see how easily you can blend out the colors with your fingers. And once it's dried, it's permanent. That's what makes these pens fantastic, because they are permanent once dried, because they have India ink in them, so they're archival and light fast. So now I'm back, just adding some finishing touches. I really like the way it turned out. Adding some additional darker areas here and there because I don't want them to look all perfect. And I made sure to put some in the center of where the wood grain has like that eye. I've also added there as well. This is a really great way to give depth and dimension. So here is the card that we put the tissue paper on, and on top of that I've also added matte medium. Now I'm using the same ink and I'm using it to stamp these little writing stamp all over the wood plank. Um, I'm not really making sure to stamp it all even or anything. I just wanted to create extra texture to it. And now I grab the textured luxe. I'm using the gold texture luxe today. And I grabbed one of the stencils from the stencil pack. And I'm using my palette knife, and I'm going to go ahead and use this honeycomb stencil and stencil on the gold texture luxe. I really love the consistency of the texture luxe. They go on really smooth, buttery. It's really velvety, and I really like that. And with this palette knife, it gives it, you can get a really great texture if you want to create texture with it, or if you want to create it smooth. It makes it very easy. So today I'm creating a smoother look. Cleaning off what's hanging off the edge. And I'm going to use what's left on my palette knife, and I'm going to just put it in the corners using my finger and kind of working it in the corners. And off camera, I actually add a little more. And you can scrape off the excess back into the jar. And you want to make sure to clean off your palette knife. Now we have this heart. I don't know if you can see, but I've added some of the Stampers Big Brush Pen, the same 177, around the edges of the heart and the little torn page look of the inside of the heart. And because we put tissue paper on top of this, you can see that fantastic texture through this red cherry gelatos. I wanted the edges to be darker than the center. And I really like the texture that it created. And then what I'm going to do is use the palette knife again and put gel medium on top of it. But I'm going to lay on a pretty thick coat. So that's going to give us additional texture. I've also added some whipped spackle once that a gold texture luxe was dried. Here you can see me going back with the heart and my Stampers Big Brush, the same walnut brown, and adding some shading around the hearts. And again, because we put matte medium on top, we have that little bit of a smudging time. And then once it's dried, it's permanent and waterproof. So you can see that great texture there. I really like it. So this is where I decide that I want my holes to be on the left side because I wanted to leave it as an album so I can continue to create different pages and add it and make a book. Here I have the chalkboard paint. I really love this. It dries completely matte like a chalkboard, and so I'm using it with a popsicle stick here to create some drips on top of my heart. I've been really loving that look. and it's a really dark black, so I like that. Here I'm adding additional splatters to the corners using a brush and a little bit of a wetter brush so I can create those splatters. And I let everything dry naturally. I didn't use any heat gun to dry it. And you can see that the drips are matte and very dark. I like it. So now I'm going to attach this to my board here. So this is going to be a Valentine's gift for my husband. But by the time this video goes out, Valentine's Day will be over. And I found this super cute quote online. It says, "You will always be my forever." I thought it was super cute. And I found these kits. It was a free downloadable image. So I just printed them out. I've added some color using my Pit Artist pens. And I'm going to go ahead and lay it like so. So when I come back, I'm going to have everything attached. I've added some colors to the text as well, and I outlined it using the black Stampers Big Brush Pen so that my words will stand out more. So I really like the way it turned out. I love the gold and the brown along with the red. And those sparkles on the dress is made with glass bead gel. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please visit Design Memory Crafts blog. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.